previous lessons at school and through distance learning, we've practiced summarizing fiction books or storybooks and informational text. We have also combined information ideas from text to synthesize or create new ideas and understanding. Today, we're going to work on summarizing and maybe even do a little bit of synthesizing. Today, we're going to practice this with this text, How to Make Constellations. Remember, when we read, we look for a central idea and important details. Summarizing the central idea and important details helps us to better understand and remember what we've read. Synthesizing, which I said we might get to too, is when we put together information from one or more texts to create a new understanding of a topic. Synthesizing information helps us deepen our understanding and relate what we already know to new information. Okay, we're going to look at pages 8 and 9 and pause here and summarize the chapter. I just read to make certain, or up until this point, we were reading to make sure I understand the central idea and important details. This chapter is about making constellation patterns using a cup, a pencil, a skewer, and a flashlight. The central idea is supported by important details. The details relate to the steps used to make a constellation, including draw dots on the cup, have an adult poke holes where I drew the dots, and shine a flashlight into the cup. Before I read the text, I knew that a constellation was a pattern of stars. Now I understand how to make my own star patterns by following these steps. That makes me think about why someone would want to make a star pattern. I can see that the boy in the pictures is smiling and having fun. I think that creating a pattern from nature is a fun activity because it helps us think about the world around us in a new way. Okay, let's look at the anchor chart here. When we summarize, we retell the central idea and important details in a text. Synthesizing is when we relate what we already know to new information in the text to help us create new understanding. I have just shown you how I summarize a text by retelling the central idea and important details. Then I synthesize the information by relating what I just read to what I already know to create a new understanding. Now you're going to try summarizing and synthesizing information. Okay, look at pages 12 to 13, and then in a little bit we'll look at the next page, 14 and 15. You're going to summarize the chapter. Remember to include the central idea and the important details, and then you're going to discuss how what you read in the chapter relates to things you already know and talk about what ideas you can synthesize. Okay, first graders, we've been working on summarizing and synthesizing today. I want you to think, remember to include the central idea and the important details whenever you do that. Now I want you to think in your head and read. We looked at the chapter that relates to things you already know and talk about things you can synthesize. If you can answer these questions, you can synthesize. I can use blank to make blank. Now I know how blank. If you can do these things, you can synthesize. So go ahead and tell someone in your house about those things, or go to Seesaw and share it with us there.